Hello everyone, Rebecca here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to the Dottie About Flair Happy Holidays Document December. So there's going to be lots of fun prizes and all kinds of stuff going on the Dottie About Flair channel, which I will have linked down below. And every day Adam, Scrappy Adam, had a different guest designer or a member of his design team play along. Here's the final layout that I created using all the prompts and this beautiful sketch by the lovely Lisa over at Scrap a Sketch. I would butcher her last name if I tried to say it, so we're just going to go ahead and have a Scrap a Sketch link down below as well. This is the fun little box of goodies that I got from Adam. And yes, I saved the packaging and stuff because it's going in my December daily documented, my December 2021 album, let's say. So first I'm going to go ahead and I do have my cutting mat there. And that is simply because I don't really want to cut on my glass mat because it does it will, it's glass. You can score it a little bit and I don't want any little creases or lines in there, which I do have now, but using the mixed media on it so much, obviously, it would just look dirty. And that was why I got the glass mat. So I take a black piece of cardstock because if you noticed on Lisa's fabulous sketch, she had a huge hexagon. I don't have anything that big. And every time I tried to create a hexagon, you guys, it looked like weird. And I'm like, how? It's just straight equal lines. I don't know. Couldn't do it. So I take my circle cutter and just a random piece of pattern paper from some paper pad that I'm never going to use. I think I've used it once and there's like 2 or 3 in there. So I use the, white side for cutting stuff out of. So I do the black one and then I cut a white one just a little bit smaller. And because my mat moved on my other mat, I kind of had a little wonky cut, but I make it work. So that is how I'm going to get the element. I'm going to get that taped down. So let's go over the Happy Holidays with Dottie About Flair December 20th challenge. So my prompts for today, I think Adam definitely picked this just for me. Just saying, I feel special and that's the story. So it is no pattern paper. And I had to remember that when I was picking it out. Mixed media and a vertical line of embellishments, which right in my wheelhouse, right, you guys? So this picture is of me and Rob. If you've seen on my channel, the lovely Patricia Harlan from Australia sent us a wonderful box of Australian goodies that we tried live for you guys online. And I did take some screenshots of the video. And this was one of them. This is us laughing. So I noticed in the lovely sketch that there was the big element there, which is my circle, and then there's one photo, and the photo has a bit of a wonky mat behind it. So I'm just gonna piece my scraps from the circle, the black circle, together because it doesn't go all the way over, so it works. I was gonna put a mat behind my photo, but then I put the foam on there, so that didn't happen. So we're just gonna get this on here just like this. And we're going to start playing with the mixed media. And I'm happy to say that I ended up somehow getting 2 bottles of the Color Shine in Citron. But I have been able to pare that down to 1, so go me. So the mixed media that I'm doing is going to be a green explosion. And that's really just because the mixed media on the sketch was done in green, and I was like, go with it. It looks good. So I bring out first, I'm going to do the packaging technique, and I am just going to grab some random packaging. I'm going to go ahead and make sure I get this other photo. I had photos laying all over my desk, you guys. It's been a madhouse in this room. But I don't want to splatter them. So I take the packaging, and I did take and draw a pencil line of where my circle is actually going to go, because I just didn't want to put mixed media all over the page when a large portion of it is getting covered up. So first I come in with the Nuvo Mica Mist in Fresh Pear. Take my packaging. I have no gesso and nothing on the page prepped. I rather like this look. The only thing that you have to remember is when you don't use the gesso, basically where it goes is where it goes. That's pretty much where it's going to soak into the fibers of your page, right? But I like that. I like to be able to control it. And I can, for the most part, you see I just put a couple little dots on there and take my finger and move it around. I don't really do the pouncy method. all the time. Like I will sometimes, but I like to move it around and give it the little crinkled looks, like where I've moved it out, the color has got, see, that's the pouncy right there. I was afraid that it was just going to be it's too small of an area there. So, but where I push the color out, it does leave like a shimmer stain of color. And then when you pull it up, it leaves the big pools. So it looks like cracks. Totally awesome. Then I come in and splatter it up with the same mixed media. Then I grab my paper roll and I roll up all the excess. So if you want your splatters to be more vibrant, let it sit for a little bit longer or let it dry. But I was impatient. So now I'm going to come in with the Brutus Monroe Chroma Mist in yellow green. And I'm just going to add this in several portions around the circle. That is because on the sketch, I can tell that Lisa had like light and dark. Like she was definitely wanting us to use more than one color. So I do come in and fill in this whole area because I was like, that just looks like I've got 3. So I kind of made a bigger element. And the color shine is coming through, so it's really good. I do the splatters once again. And then I'm like, I need just a little bit more. But first we are going to roll that up because otherwise it'll just, melt right in. I'm going to go ahead and get it a little bit bigger because I started looking at the sketch again and I'm like, there's a lot more mixed media than in just this little circle. So I'm going to use that same Chroma Mist, yellow green, and just kind of expand my mixed media portion around the page. And the paper towels are really handy if you're impatient like me and you don't really want to wait for it to dry, but you need to wait for mixed media to dry. You need to let layer upon layer dry so that they don't mix together. So you add a layer on top of a layer, which creates these beautiful looks. Paper towels do that just the same. You just got to kind of sop up some of the excess. Splatter once again. Now, by sopping up the excess, I basically mean give it a little time to set and then roll the paper towel right over it. And as you can see, you still see everything. It's just not pools of liquid. I do come in at some point with that citron color and do the same thing. Apparently, I didn't get that on camera, or I did, and I missed it while I was rambling on talking to you guys. So that is all completely dry, and I do take my circle and put some ATG and some liquid glue because it's going over mixed media. And I try to get it on there and it wouldn't move. I had missed that pencil line by a hair. So I just take my G2 gel pen and just trace right around to give it a little extra sketchy mixed media-ness, right? And it works out fabulous. So I'm going to go ahead and get my photo stuck on as well. And that's going to go right down here. And then I'm going to work on the vertical line of elements. And I just really followed the sketch, if you can see it over there. Well, I just set the big box of Flair on it. Oh my God, look at these Mega Flair, you guys. They are, first of all, little gnomies, and oh my God, super cute. Yes, I had to use all 3 of them on my layout because, well, they're fabulous. So I just take some fun foam that I pick up at, the local Walmart or whatever. Get that stuck on there, and I had them just a little bit too big, so I just trim a little bit of it down. Add some liquid glue, and I pop those down. This liquid glue is not the best. It's good for some things, but it's not fast drying. So I apply a light layer, because the more you put, the longer it takes to dry, obviously. And I just start getting all of these stuck down, and I kind of hold it in place for just a minute to let the glue seep into the fibers of the paper. And now we're going to come in with a small flare, and just really, I'm going to treat the flare as the snowflakes in the sketch, right? I don't do journaling on my page. Lisa does have a spot for journaling, which is where I just put that red flare, but I don't really do journaling on my page. I usually do. If I do, it's very little. Most of the time, you guys, I journal on the back, or I let the picture speak for itself. I scrapbook for myself. I know a lot of us scrapbookers say that, but I've had some people say, aren't you worried about, generations to come not knowing what the picture is? And I'm like, not really, to be honest with you guys. I have a son. Do I really think he's going to save my scrapbooks? I mean, let's be honest, right now I have 35 12 by 12 albums. And I create daily. So no, I do not think he's going to save all these. And to be honest, I'll be dead. So I'm not really going to, it's not going to matter to me when he has them, what he does with them. If he saves a couple layouts, that's great. If not, this scrapbooking, so I got distracted. My husband came in, but yeah, I scrapbook for myself. So I do take this close to my heart sticker sheet, and I'm going to pop in that it's the Comfort and Joy. Actually, I don't know if it is, but anyway, that's going to be my title because that's where Lisa had it. I do pop in a few little hearts and the other smaller bits. It's like a flower and a pine cone. It works. I take my black G2 gel pen again and I draw my messy lines because usually when I have a lot of mixed media on a page, I feel like there needs to be some sort of border to contain the messy mixed media, right? And that is pretty much going to do it. So don't forget to head on over to Dottie Bot Flair. Check out, if you guys do use this for an inspiration, please add it to the album. I'm making sure that I have everything on there, and I forgot, I grabbed Nuvo drops in, it's Glow Drops Neon Apple Sour. And if you need to know if they're crystal or clear or any of that stuff, it does say it right above the barcode. So this is like Glow Drops and Neon. So it's going to glow in the dark, and they're solid. And I'm just going to sprinkle some of those around the vertical element, and that's going to do it. So yeah, if you're going to use this as an inspiration, don't forget to pop your layouts in the album, and go ahead and let them know what day you did it for, and see if you can get a fabulous Flair prize. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.